Yesterday, I very politely pointed out to a YouTube user that his magnetic motor device will not work because it cannot work. Actually, it is not his idea. People have had the same idea for decades. Perhaps as long as 9 decades, maybe 100 years or more. It does not work because it cannot work. If it had been possible, it would already be done. For my polite efforts into educating this person, he deleted all his comments for that video, and he blocked me.
And I know that a lot of you are kind of confused about what exactly is it supposed to prove.
No, you are the one who is confused about what it is you are trying to do. Nobody else is. What you are trying to do is impossible. It is known to be impossible. It has been known to be impossible for many hundreds of years. It is impossible. If it was not impossible, it would already have been done. The very laws of physics say what you are trying to do is impossible.
Was that by just using one motor in order to power another, you could double the electricity output?
No, idiot, you cannot. That violates the very rules of the universe. It violates the laws of physics. Anybody with a decent high school education will tell you that what you are trying to achieve is impossible. If it could be done, it would already have been done.
And or generators, I had a series of generators, then I could produce electric power.
Yes, you can generate electric power with a generator. However, the energy that goes out of your generators will be less than the energy going into it. I don't care if you use a Dremel tool or use 1,000 Dremel tools. I don't care if you add 1,000 generators. The energy required to power those generators will be greater than all of the energy that comes out of your generators, always without exception.
Now there was a little bit of loss there, but above all, it spun pretty close to the Dremel tool speed, even at high speeds.
No, it was not a little bit of energy that was lost. It was a massive amount of energy that was lost, because you used a magnetic field to impart the Dremel tool's energy to your hard disk energy. When you use a magnetic field, you lose energy radically by the square of the distance between the two magnetic fields. You do not know that your hard disk sped close to the Dremel tool speed because you didn't have a tachometer attached to it. You are just assuming that the speeds were the same. Even if they were the same, that does not measure power output. And you can look up on Wikipedia what the fuck power means. And overall, you lost a radical amount of energy. You did not gain any energy. You did not remain the same. You had a massive loss of energy in your so-called experiment. That is why these experiments, these inventions, are known to have not worked for nearly 100 years.
And this is what I was trying to prove.
What you proved is that you're an ignorant fucktard who doesn't know the fundamental basics of junior high school physics. What you are trying to achieve is impossible. It has been known to be impossible for nearly 100 years. Your idea has been tried already for decades. It will fail because it is impossible. Why the fuck is this not obvious to you clowns?
Now, my very next experiment, I hope to prove that I will be able to run the motor without any assistance from electrical power.
We already know it is possible to run a generator without electrical power. You can use wind, you can use water, you can use steam. You don't need to use electricity. However, you will always have to add energy to your generator to produce electricity. The electricity that you get out of your generators will always be less than the energy that goes into running your generator. You need a source of energy to generate electricity.
And that I can run the magnets to run themselves?
No, idiot, you cannot. The very rules and laws of the universe say you cannot. If it was possible, it would be done already.
That, we could double up our electricity usage by simply running another motor.
Yes, you can double your consumption of electricity by running a second motor. What you cannot do is increase the amount of electricity, energy-wise, by your system. It is impossible. Anyone with a decent junior high school or high school education will know this fact.
And I want to thank you all for your comments and suggestions.
If you like people for their comments and suggestions, why did you delete every single one of them and then block me? You not only deleted my comments, but everybody else's. Why thank people for leaving comments when you just go and delete them?